There is a place the ancient Greeks knew well, though they rarely spoke of it in daylight. It exists at the edge of things, at the border between the last amber light of evening and the first true dark of night, between the final tired breath of the waking world and the slow, weightless drift of sleep. The Greeks called this goddess NYX, night herself, not merely the absence of the sun, but a living, breathing, sovereign force, one of the oldest powers in all of creation, born before the gods of Olympus, born before the titans who came before them. NYX emerged from the very first void, from chaos itself, and she has been exhaling her darkness over the world ever since. Tonight, we are going to find her. Let your breathing slow, let the day release its grip on your shoulders. There is nothing left to do. There is nowhere left to be. We are moving westward now, following the last streak of rose-gold light on the horizon as it retreats below the sea. The ancient Greeks believed the world had an edge. To the far west, beyond the Pillars of Hercules, beyond the last island and the last fishing boat, the ocean simply ended. Not in a cliff, not in ice, but in a transition. A soft, gradual dissolving of the known world into the realm of myth. This is where we are standing now. The wind here is different. It carries no salt, no warmth from the land. It is the breath of something older, something that has never known daylight. The waves that break against these black rocks make almost no sound, just a low, rhythmic exhale, over and over. Far ahead, just barely visible through a curtain of deep violet mist, a structure begins to emerge. Not the sharp geometry of an Olympian temple. Something older, something built to last not centuries, but eternities. This is the Palace of NYX. Homer himself wrote of this place, though he gave it little detail. That the Palace of Night was better felt than seen. What we know is this: it exists somewhere beyond the reach of the sun, in a region the Greeks called the Far West, where Helios, the sun god, does not drive his chariot, where the light has never landed and never will. The palace is ancient beyond any measure. Its stones were laid before the first mountain rose from the deep earth. The columns that hold its vast roof have stood through every age of the world, through the wars of the Titans, through the great flood, through the countless turnings of the seasons. And yet it is not a cold place. There is warmth here, the particular warmth of deep shadow, the comfort of being fully enclosed by darkness. Like a heavy blanket on a winter night, like the moment just before sleep when the world outside grows soft and distant. We pass through the great entrance. There are no guards. Night has no need for them. All things eventually come to her. NYX did not create alone. The Greeks gave her a family, a vast, strange family of forces that govern the hidden architecture of existence. Not emotions exactly, and not gods in the way we usually imagine gods. More like presences, like the feeling of tiredness settling into your limbs at the end of a long day, like the heaviness that gathers behind your eyes in the hour before sleep. Her children are many. Hypnos, the god of sleep, dwells within these walls. His twin brother, Thanatos, the god of peaceful death, rests beside him. The ancient Greeks did not fear Thanatos the way we might expect. They called him gentle, the one who came quietly, without warning or struggle, to carry the very old, the very weary, into a long and dreamless rest. Morpheus, the god of dreams, moves through the corridors of this palace in the hours before midnight, preparing the visions he will carry to the sleeping world above. And there are others. Moros, the sense of fate approaching. Nemesis, the writing of imbalance. The Oneiroi, the spirits of dreams. Thousands of them, roosting in the high shadows of the palace ceiling like dark, silent birds, waiting for the night to deepen before they take flight. All of them are quiet now, all of them at rest. Beneath the palace, running through the deep rock in absolute silence, flows the river Lethe, the river of forgetting. Its water carries no cold. It is the exact temperature of the body, the temperature of something that is simply part of you. The ancient Greeks believed that the souls of the dead drank from Lethe before their rebirth, washing away all memory of their previous lives. But its waters affect the living too, in a gentler way. The vapors that rise from Lethe's surface drift up through the palace floors, through the corridors where the children of NYX sleep, and out into the night air above. This is why, when sleep finally comes, the day dissolves. The anxieties, the replaying conversation. At the center of this room is the throne of NYX. NYX moves. She is the darkness itself, and darkness is never still. Even now, she is sweeping across the waking world above us, drawing her veil over the last lit windows, settling her weight into the valleys and over the wide, empty fields. She is in the space between stars. She is the depth behind your eyelids in a dark room. But her throne remains, and there is something about a great throne left empty that communicates, more powerfully than any occupied seat, the weight and the age of the one who sits upon it. We sit at its base for a moment. The stone floor is cool, the stars overhead do not move. There is no sound at all, not even the sound of the palace settling, not even the breath of the sleeping gods in the corridors behind us. This is the deepest silence in the ancient world. In the hour just before midnight, something stirs. From the high rafters of the palace, from the deep crevices in the ancient stone where they have been roosting since before sunset, the Oniroi begin to wake. Not with sound, not with light, simply with movement. One by one, then in pairs, then in great slow formations, the spirits of dreams detach from the darkness of the ceiling and begin their nightly ascent. They pass upward through the open vault of the throne room, spiraling slowly into the sky above. They carry nothing visible. Their cargo is invisible. Images, sensations, fragments of memory recombined into new shapes. The face of someone you loved long ago. A landscape you have never visited but somehow recognize. The feeling of flying, the feeling of falling, the feeling of arriving somewhere important just as the light is changing. They scatter across the night sky like seeds on the wind, each one finding its way to a particular sleeping mind somewhere in the mortal world above. Perhaps one of them is already heading toward you. There is a rhythm to this palace that the ancient Greeks understood with unusual clarity. Each evening, as NYX spreads her darkness across the world, her daughter Hemera, the goddess of day, the goddess of light, returns home to rest. They meet briefly, here, at the threshold of the palace. The ancient poet Hesiod describes this passage. As NYX crosses outward, Hemera crosses inward. They greet one another perhaps in the moment of twilight, and then they pass. Hemera sleeps now in a long chamber off the main corridor. Her light does not go out exactly. It simply withdraws, folds inward, becomes potential rather than presence. The glow around her sleeping form is the particular gold of early morning not yet arrived, contained, waiting, patient. Her sleep is the reason the night holds. Her rest is what allows the darkness its full span. Without Hemera at rest, the night could not last until morning. The ancient world is a system, and every part of it has its place. Even gods must sleep, even light must rest. And so, certainly may you. The deep hours have arrived. In the ancient world, the Greeks divided the night into watches, periods of darkness, each with its own character. The first hours of night belonged to transition, to preparation. The middle hours, the hours we are in now, belong to no one in particular. They are the hours that are simply night. Pure, complete, uninterrupted. No ships navigate in these hours. No farmers are awake in their fields. The fires in the village hearths have burned down to coals. Even the gods, for the most part, are still. The palace of NYX in these hours is the quietest place in all of existence. The Oniroi have long since departed for the sleeping world. Hypnos has settled into his own deep rest beside the river. The great corridors are empty. Only the stars move, and they move so slowly that it is less movement than breathing. The slow, vast, patient breathing of the cosmos itself. There is nothing to think about. There is nothing to plan. The world is being held, completely and securely in the dark hands of the night. Come back to the river. You do not need to think about how you arrived here. The palace of NYX accepts all visitors without question. The river Lethe asks nothing from you. It simply flows, has always flowed, will flow long after the last mortal civilization has dissolved back into the earth. The water is still. Let whatever is still circling in your mind, whatever thought keeps returning, whatever worry has been following you through the evening, let it approach the bank of the river. You do not need to carry it into sleep with you. The river will hold it. Not forever, just tonight. The poppy vapors are thick here and warm, and they carry the particular heaviness of something that has been earned. The heaviness of a body that has done its work today. The heaviness of a mind that has thought its thoughts, that has navigated the world, that deserves now, simply, plainly, completely, to rest. Somewhere far above, in the world of light and motion and consequence, the night continues its slow turning. The stars make their ancient circuit. The mortal world sleeps. And here at the very edge of night, in the oldest place in all of creation, the river flows on without a sound. Let it carry you. Let the darkness hold.